Imagine you can press a button and say, summarize that dispute for me. What is happening? And having that natural language really kind of feed back to the service representative to say, okay, this is what's happening, and then this is what you need to do next.
Today, I'm speaking with Eran Argios, SVP and GM of Financial Services at Salesforce. Eran has held diverse roles over her 16 years at Salesforce through customer success, product marketing, industries, and today she's responsible for the product and solution strategy for our financial services industry portfolio. Welcome, Eran. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, lovely to be here. Thanks for having me.
So, Eran, you've been at Salesforce for over 16 years, and this was actually before we had industry solutions. Tell us a little bit about that evolution.
I started in customer success, and it was really incredible to see what customers were doing on our platform. I started in financial services, so I've been in financial services at Salesforce for 16 years, and they were building everything from scratch. And at one point, we had a group of CIOs around the table, and they were kind of banging on the table saying, you know the industry, Salesforce. Why do we have to customize everything in the product all the time? You should know this. And so it was this amazing evolution of really moving from speaking the language of our customers to actually speaking the language of our customers in the product. And so that's been really kind of the evolution of Salesforce in industries to about 10 years ago when we launched our first industry product, which was in financial services.
And now I've lost count how many industry solutions we have, and we're just, I guess, also announced innovations across all of them. That evolution's as wild as well, right?
It's crazy. Yeah, we are moving so quickly. So we have 13 industry clouds, and actually we just launched our newest industry cloud, Retail Cloud, which is incredible. And we have over 100 pre-built AI use cases as part of those products now, something that we announced recently. And it's been this amazing opportunity for us to kind of listen again to our customers and build that new technology into the product.
Fast-moving pace, all the industries, but I know you mentioned you started in financial services.
Yes.
For the folks that are not familiar, just unpack a little bit, what does that mean? What does having a financial services cloud and solution mean?
When we say financial services, we actually mean financial services and insurance. And then all of the different sub-verticals underneath that. So quite a broad portfolio of products and services that we make available for our customers. We can go into areas like private equity as well. So really kind of the gamut across financial services and insurance.
So if a customer comes along and they're more in a specific area, does it mean we have use cases specific to them that are out of the box?
Yes, exactly. So I could give the example. One of the conversations we've been having a lot with our customers is around disputing transactions. This is a common use case across every single bank globally. And so this is the perfect example of where we met with a wide range of customers globally to understand what those issues were and how we could use the technology to really build that complex process in our set of products.
So we're actually in this amazing time where there's so much innovation happening, AI, agents. What's happening for financial services? What's the innovation coming to the vertical?
If you think about financial services, there's so much data. So they've been using AI, predictive AI, for many, many, many years. But this kind of focus on generative AI has really kind of brought into light the fact that these financial services customers have been putting humans to work to try and solve for a lot of the manual processes they have across all of the disconnected systems. And so we've been working really hard with our customers in kind of a couple of different areas. If you think about embedding AI into the flow of work, that was one of our recent innovations that we've worked with customers on. And the reason for that is because the embedded AI really helps these agents kind of just access that AI without really actually knowing that they're using AI to do things
That's the best way.
Right? It's so natural for them when they get back to that transaction dispute. These are really deep, intricate cases, and they would be spending 30 minutes, 40 minutes trying to understand everything that would be happening, which was creating a lot of frustration for customers.
And waste of time.
Exactly. Huge cost for these financial services firms. Imagine you can press a button and say, summarize that dispute for me. What is happening? And having that natural language really kind of feed back to the service representative to say, okay, this is what's happening, and then this is what you need to do next. And so that embedded AI, kind of the big button AI, as I like to call it, right? Just summarize that for me so they don't have to worry about what question do I need to ask. And so that has taken up a tremendous amount of time for our teams in terms of creating all of those prompts. But now we've got it into the hands of the customers, and they are saving things like 3, 4, 5 minutes per call. And there's millions of calls. We have one customer that has 65 million
Oh my goodness.
of these calls, right, a year. And imagine you're taking 3 minutes off of those. I mean, the cost
CFO
savings
would be very happy.
Yes, I'm hoping that they are very happy with that. So if you think about kind of embedded AI in the flow of work, those are those 100 plus use cases that we have across all of our industries. We've got 10 or 15 shipping out in the product. We've got our customers accessing that today. But now with Agentforce, that really allows us to really build on the work that we've been doing over the last several months, taking those embedded AI use cases, making them available as part of that Agentforce, where you can actually work hand in glove with the banker or the service representative, or you can kind of turn those agents around to say, maybe I need to collect some documentation as part of that transaction dispute. That agent can go and do that work up front and really facilitate the process for the customer.
I know you talk to customers all around the world. Is there one that you're quite proud of what they're doing, or that they've openly shared how they've benefited using the latest technologies?
Royal Bank of Canada, the U.S. Wealth Division, they have been a tremendous partner of ours across all of our product innovation. Early on in adopting some of our analytics capabilities and really standing up a system for their wealth advisors. So Greg Beltzer runs that team and really has been kind of championing all of the innovation in that organization. They've been working with us on onboarding. So if you think about how much time it takes as a client to onboard to a bank, sometimes these are days, weeks potentially of time it takes to onboard a customer. And they've been using the Salesforce platform and our financial services cloud. They've got down their onboarding process to 24 minutes.
Wow.
Absolutely incredible. The other partner or customer I'll talk about is Standard Bank.
Oh, Standard Bank,
Yeah.
yes.
They've actually taken what we call our service process studio, and they've built over 40 of their complex processes in the platform today. Things like change of address, change of beneficiary, submitting that onboarding document. They've built out those processes. They did it in 3 months. So
wow.
incredible
These are
time
like
to
crown
value.
jewel processes for them as well.
Yeah, if you think about it, right? So you've got these calls coming into your contact center. Generally, there's about 10 or 15 maybe reasons why customers are calling that are driving 80% of the volume. And so if we can look at those processes and we can automate them, and then we can apply AI to them, you're creating not only efficiency, but kind of the other lever that always comes up is that, well, what are my opportunities then to grow revenue?
Right.
How can I
Service becomes sales now.
Exactly. Yep. How can we go from a cost to profit center? And so the service reps, there's always been a little hesitancy around that. The service representatives, aren't necessarily trained to be salespeople.
Yes.
But with AI, we can start to give them those prompts to say, hey, there might be a little nudge of an opportunity to say, hey, if you're going to maybe position this product, here's how I would script it for you. You can do that in real time and start to build the confidence of those service reps. So
Eran, I was recently reading a guide to generative AI for financial services, and I found the section on trust really insightful. And I think this is on everyone's mind. Can you share a little bit for the audience here?
So as you can imagine, in a highly regulated industry, trust is a number one, topic of conversation. It's also our top value. So our customers know that we think about trust in every element of our platform. It becomes incredibly important when we're talking about generative AI. And so there's a few things that I like to talk about with the customers. One is our innovation in the trust layer and how we think about things like masking PII data, which is really important, right? Those kind of important pieces of information that financial institutions know about their customers. We need to make sure that that's protected. And so we've got innovation there. So we generally talk a lot about, the trust layer and the capabilities there. The other one is guardrails. If you think about what Agentforce brings, these agents are really intelligent and they can reason, which is a little bit different to some of the traditional chatbots that we see that are, deterministic and they're rules-based, right? They follow kind of the logic. When we start bringing in agents with intelligence and reasoning capabilities, we need to make sure that customers understand that there are guardrails. There are actions that these agents can do and there's actions that they can't do.
Or you don't want them to do.
Exactly. And the control that we can give our customers in that regard is really important. And then the last one that comes up a lot is around accuracy and relevancy. If you think in financial services and insurance, we have regulations, lots of regulations, and we have the ways that these firms interpret those regulations, right? And so if we think about these banking agents or claims agents, they have to operate within that data. And so it is super important that we understand those policies and procedures to really drive up the accuracy of that response. We've been doing a lot of work with RBC, with Standard Bank, of understanding what their policies and procedures are, and then using our capabilities to understand the accuracy. And it's been going up, as we get more of those products and policies and documentations into the platform. And so we're starting to see a tremendous amount of response positively for more broad scale adoption with these agents because of these trusted capabilities that we've been working on with our customers.
Now, there may be some folks listening who are not yet on this journey. And
Yes.
you were there probably when some of these banks were not even thinking about the cloud yet, right?
Yes.
They might have been on premise. So any learnings from the past, or what advice would you give to people to get going here?
So one of the places that our customers are starting, and most of them have started down this path of understanding the hypothesis of value. So if you think about, like, we don't want to just do AI to do AI,
No.
right? Is it saving cost? Is it creating a better customer or employee experience? Like, what are the levers that we are pulling, right, with the particular use cases? And a lot of our customers have done that over the past 9 months. But really now my message has been, we need to put it into action. And that's where my team has been spending a ton of time on creating these standard AI use cases, working with my counterparts in Sales Cloud and Service Cloud to do things like case summarization or email creation or understand where we are with a transaction dispute. We are shipping a lot of these processes pre-configured so that the customers have a starting point. Because a lot of the feedback that I get is, we want to do AI, but we're not sure where to start.
Right.
And so these standard AI use cases, which are actually available on our website now, we've put all the prompt language as well as the code that customers can take, and they can actually put them into their sandbox org. They can get started there. But that's been the place to start. And for some of the customers who are not sure around the use cases, they've been able to kind of say, okay, I can see where this could fit in. As their teams get more confident with the new technology, that's when we start saying, okay, let's pull in those key pieces of data, the transaction data that you may need, right, from your core system. We can use Data Cloud to start pulling in the policy information that we need. And so they tailor these processes and they continue to work there. And then I think they're going to get to a point, and this has been the conversations that I've been having with the customers, is they start to build the confidence and the competence, honestly, that they can start rolling out some of these agents. I think firstly, they're starting with, again, more of these assisted agents, but very quickly customers have an appetite to really put these agents facing the customer.
Well, look, I know you always come out to the region. You support us so well. Thank you, Erin, for always doing that. Amazing work, very exciting time, and maybe to the next 16 years.
Yes. Thank you very much, Leandro.
All right.
Thanks for
thank you,
having
Erin.
me.